Just like beans, pistachios are the in thing. Everybody's using pistachios in lots of different desserts. So I decided to use some pistachios and make this amazing pistachio cake. I powdered up some pistachios with a little bit of sugar, added the ground pistachios to my easy vanilla cake batter and baked it, and we get this amazing cake. And I also made a topping of this pistachio cream mixture, and we will spread that and top it with some more pistachios to make this a triple pistachio treat. If you like my cakes, do check out my other cakes like my chocolate cake and vanilla cake. If you want some fun ideas, do check out my baklava cake, my Snickers cake, my easy tiramisu sheet cake, and there are many more cakes on the website. Many of those are listed in the description below, so do check those out. So let's make this easy, decadent, triple pistachio flavored pistachio cake. To make the cake, we take some pistachios and powder them in a food processor with some sugar. The sugar helps the pistachios become a more fine meal. It also prevents the pistachios from immediately becoming pistachio butter. Keep moving the pistachios around if they're starting to get buttery around the edges, and then process it for half a minute and continue to do that until the mixture resembles a fine meal. Then we will reserve a quarter cup of that mixture to add to our topping, and the rest we are going to add to all of the dry mixture, flour, baking powder, baking soda, and some salt. Mix that up with the flour mixture really well. Then we're going to mix in our wet ingredients in another bowl. Add the non-dairy milk and vinegar to a bowl, mix that in and let that sit for a minute or so to curdle to make our buttermilk. Then add in the non-dairy yogurt, add the oil, sugar, vanilla extract if you're using extract. If you used powder, then you would have added it into the dry ingredients. Mix all the wet ingredients really well until the sugar dissolves. Then combine the wet and the dry and mix that in to make a nice batter. The batter might be a bit stiff. This will depend on your non-dairy milk and other measuring errors and stuff like that. If that happens, add in some more non-dairy milk, 1 to 2 teaspoons at a time, so that you get a batter which is slightly thicker than a cake batter. We don't want it to be too thin because there is a lot of pistachios in the batter and they will weigh the batter down. If you add too much moisture to the batter, it might easily become gummy in the middle. So you want to keep it somewhere slightly thicker than a cake batter, but also not too stiff like a muffin batter. Pour the batter into a lined or a greased cake pan. An 8 or 9 inch both will work here, and then bake it until the cake is nicely golden, about 25 to 30 minutes or so. Check at the 22 to 24 minute mark to see if your cake is done. You want to check from the center because the cake is so decadent and heavy. It will set on the edges, but it might not get cooked in the middle. It will get a little golden because of the nut content in the cake. It's not burning, it's just that's how the cake is going to bake. Let it cool for about 10-15 minutes. Then remove it from the baking pan. Put it in the fridge to cool for another 15-20 minutes. While the cake is baking, don't forget to make your pistachio cream topping, which is just some coconut cream, our powdered pistachios, some vanilla, a little bit of lemon zest and sugar. Blend for a minute and let that sit for 2 to 3 minutes and then blend again. So initially the coconut cream will not move along as much because it will be really thick, but because of the blending, the coconut cream will heat up and loosen up a little bit, and it will blend really well the second time you blend it. Even if it is not completely blended, it's fine. You want it to be somewhat of a homogeneous mixture. Transfer that to a bowl, put it in the freezer so that it sets up a little bit and it is easier to spread on the cake. And then we'll chop up some more pistachios to put on top of the cream and make this an amazing triple pistachio cake. That is a gorgeous pistachio cake. Depending on how long you chill that pistachio cream, it will be kind of like a thick icing or it'll be like a frosting. If you want to easily spread it, then don't chill it for too long and it'll be kind of like a thick icing. If you leave it in for a little longer, it will set up more and kind of become like a frosting. It's been sitting in the freezer for about an hour and it's kind of thick, while when I poured it earlier, it was thinner. Cheers. So that is our pistachio cake. If you try this recipe, do let me know in the comments how you liked it. As always, I always mention gluten-free or other substitution options and frequently asked questions on the recipe post. So do check out the entire recipe and the recipe post linked in the description below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.